Oh, check this out. I think we've got indicators now. How about that? Now that might be pretty boring to some, but here in Australia, one way to get the police attention is to have crappy indicators and stoplight taillights as well. Unfortunately, it can be a bit of an authoritarian type of country where they like to basically pick on motorbike riders. So instead of waving a big red flag in front of the bull when you're in the traffic, when the police come up behind you and they check your number plate for the, if it's licensed or not, they're all licensed, but I'm not going to show you all my details on the wide world of internet. But if you've got bad indicators, bad stoplights, yeah, they'll pull you over even if you haven't been speeding, because they know you have been speeding. But you know, you've got a sign on the thing, pick me if you've got crappy indicators and stuff like that. So this is what I've done, an upgrade, and brings the 07 Kawasaki up to more modern standards. I'll show you the originals. Right, very unusual. Now what happened with the originals is that the rubber stalks, which hold the indicator unit on, both perished and the indicators just dropped away. Now to replace them is $148 for one side and $140 for the other side, and both had failed. Now the bike wasn't even in the sun, it was just stored under a cover, and they're ruined. So I made the mistake of buying aftermarket copies of the genuine, and at the same time the standard indicator unit stopped working as well. So I had everything going on at the one time, and I bought, unfortunately, what I thought was some knockoff copies of the genuine indicator, but they didn't really fit properly. They were slightly different, and so they were slightly loose, and the bulbs were wrong. So the stock bulbs were 12 volt 21 watt, and the aftermarket copies were the same again of 12 volt, but they're only 10 watt. And so the flasher can, even though it was an LED compatible flasher can, it would not flash rate. The flash rate was wrong. It would sort of be bright, glow down, and then back up again. It wouldn't actually cut off. So that looked not only weak, but not flashing correctly. So I sort of had two things going on, the flasher can, crappy indicators. So I went for these Oxford mini LED indicators, and they're a pretty informative box. It has the size of the unit in real size, so I could see what I was buying, and it has 15 LEDs. They had two types of this style. The other one had less LEDs, so I didn't want that. I wanted it as bright as possible. Like I said before, I just wanted to keep the cops off my back and just have it nice and bright, and I went for these. I didn't go for those sequential ones where they're long and they go up. I don't like that. I think they're actually quite annoying. But these seem to be really good, and the price was okay as well. And they did come with the resistors as well, were they? Resistors were supplied in the box, but we don't need them because I'm using an LED compatible indicator unit up the front there of the bike, so we can delete these. Now I have another type, Click and Ride. I think they're an Australian company, and they market them for enduro bikes or adventure bikes, that type of thing. but I use them on my Gen 1 Hayabusa because I can just clip them out when I want to do a track day or something like that, and then when it's back on the road I just put them back in. They're brilliant and they're very bright, a lot like the BMW 1000R. So anyway, the problem with fitting those to the Kawasaki was I didn't have enough room for the structure behind for the body of these indicators to go in. It's restricted. It has a plastic cover and then metalwork behind, so there was no room on the inside, so I had to go for more conventional stem and a nut, and I had to make an aluminium plate up and mount them on the outside, 3mm aluminium plate, and I just cut them out. No fancy water jets or anything like that. It was just hacksaw and a drill and a file, and mounted them up there like that, and it works. It's quite good, and it's given 07 quite a new modern look, I think. Very happy with it. So we'll get back into it. Clutch parts have arrived for the TLR, and we can move on with that, and we'll see you shortly in the next one after the dogs stop barking, hopefully. Bloody hell. Bye.